Hare Krishna. So welcome to Bhagavad Gita as it is chapter 4. We have finished verse number 14. We have finished. So Krishna is telling about his transcendental knowledge, that how his birth and his activities are transcendental. And one who understands that is also can also become transcendental. In the sense he can come back to his abode. But still few people do not approach him because they want quick results. They want to satisfy their senses in this material world only. That's why they approach Iha Devta. Iha Devta means anybody who is powerful in this world is Iha Devta. So that is a quick result, the desire to get a quick result. So Krishna says that whoever approaches me in whatever desire, I fulfill that. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stateva vajami. So who can understand Krishna's transcendental knowledge and the birth and activities are transcendental? Those who have given up what? Raga, bhaya, krodha, fear, anger, and attachment. They can really understand it and they can experience this knowledge within this lifetime also. So Krishna, according to those, for those who do not want to get liberated and want to stay in this material world according to their different propensities, which they have acquired from past lives, Krishna has the sort of, he inaugurated this Chatur Varnam Maya system. So, four Varna and four Ashrama, so that people will be elevated from the animal status slowly to Krishna consciousness. Like that. So, the Varnashram system is there for bringing the people to Shuddha Sattva. Brahmana is in Sattva Guna. But again, he has to come to Sattva Guna, then he can actually can be transcended from the material atmosphere. So somebody may say, oh, Krishna is also acting, he's creating something, that means he may be getting bound. Krishna says, no, namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spruha. Itimam yo avijanati karma bhidna sabhadri. Because there is a difference between Krishna's doing and Jiva's doing. Jiva wants sense gratification. Jiva is not fully satisfied. He is not full in himself. So he wants to fill that gap by acting, by enjoying the sense object. But Krishna, whatever he does in this material world, he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't have any desire. He doesn't aspire for fruits of his action. That's why whatever he does, that doesn't affect him by any positive or negative reaction. And those who can understand this truth about him can also get rid of all the fruitive reactions which they might come across while doing something. So today's 15th verse, Evam gyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhi kuru karmeva tasmatvam purvai purvataram kritam. Do we have any precedents? Do we have any example who have acted like this? Yes. All the liberated souls in the ancient times. So people have acted in that way. And with this understanding, they have attained my transcendental nature. So, yadyat acharati shreshta tatta devita rojana. So, therefore, you should perform your duty following their footsteps in their footsteps. So, you will come to the same destination. So, there is a lift available and there is a staircase. So, those people who do not, those who are polluted with the material things, they will slowly come to Krishna consciousness. So following Vedas is also beneficial, but it is like a long process and very gradual process. However, I mean, the amount of dirt which we have, that will decide how much time it will take to clean ourselves. But whatever may be the situation, Krishna says, I mean, the Acharya says that akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradhi tivrena bhakti yajeta purusham param. Whatever desire you may have, you actually directly start Krishna, the loving devotional service. That is the best way to get cleanse of all impurities. Like that. So Krishna is recommending Arjuna that you should follow the ancient kings like sun god. He just pretty mentioned that sun. I have informed, I have given this knowledge to sun god, and he followed and he got successful. Similarly, you follow on his footsteps. So Krishna, Prabhupada said all such students of Lord Krishna are mentioned here as past liberated persons, engaged in the discharge of the duties allotted by Krishna. So later Krishna is going to say that Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja. So Chatur Varnam Ashram. There are some duties of each Varna and Ashrama. But when one comes to Krishna consciousness, he is directly under the Krishna's order, under his representative. So then he should do accordingly as the order of Krishna through Shastras and Guru. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo apyatra mohita tatte karma pravakshami yad jnatva mukshase ashubha. So there's there is an intrigue in every intelligent person to know, oh, what must have happened in past that I am incurring or I am going through such kind of painful or happy situation, right? But Krishna says even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Of course, this is kim karma, kim akarmeti. I'm just talking about the karma also. So, why this verse came? Because Arjuna wanted to give up the activity of Kshatriya. That's why the kim karma, kim akarmeti. So, Krishna already have mentioned that rather than giving up, rather than not working, you should work and to perform your duty imperfectly. That's fine, but not performing duty is sinful. Even if you can, if you don't know, I mean, you are not perfect in your duty. That's fine. You should still perform your duty. But inaction is sinful. So, not even intelligent have understood what should be done at particular situation. What is action? What is inaction? Now I shall explain to you. Krishna says, what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune. So Prabhupada writes that to act in Krishna consciousness, one has to follow the leadership of authorized person. So just like Krishna narrated to sun god, then Manu, and then Ikshvaku, and then in this way, the previous authorities have given the knowledge into the coming disciplic succession. Like that. This is the way one should understand the transcendental knowledge. One cannot ascertain the ways of religion simply by imperfect experimental knowledge. That means I come to know, oh, what is religion, what is this religion. Though, Prabhupada mentions that dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam nave viduro rishiyo napi deva na siddha mukhya asura manusya kuta na siddha mukhya asura manusya kuto no vidya dhara charanadaya. So these are all intelligent people who are mentioned here that like rishis, charana, vidyadhara, demigods. Nobody knows what is actual religion because dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranita. Krishna has given the this Vedic principle. What is religion? He has given the knowledge. Nobody can manufacture religion, religious principle. Krishna has given that. But now we will say, oh, Krishna has given it, but now he is not here. So how can I understand religious principle? So Krishna says, if I am not there, but there are 12 Mahajana who has perfectly understood that those principles and kept it in their heart. So Mahajano Yena Gatasvapanta, you get it from them. So mental speculation is not the way where we can come to the right conclusion about what is action, what is inaction. So Lord Krishna explains directly to Arjuna uh, what action is, what inaction. Only action performed in Krishna consciousness can deliver person from the entanglement of material existence. So there is only one action we should do. What? We should be doing, performing activities to please Krishna. That is activities in Krishna. Then only we can get out of this entanglement of material. So Prabhupada doesn't fully mention about inaction here in this purport. Then take 17. Karmano hi api bodhavyam cha vikarmanah, akarmanasya bodhavyam gahana karmano gati. So this is the verse which uh, we can use it as a weapon when somebody says, oh, like Dhritarashtra asked once that uh, what type of action I did in the past that I have to see my 100 sons dead before me, because in the till Dwapar Yuga there was a strict rule that I mean generally the children wouldn't die before father, and that Dhritarashtra has to see the Dwapar Yuga and his hundred of his all of son is dead. So the intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. So three things: action, forbidden action, and what inaction is. Prabhupada says if one is serious about liberation from material bondage, one has to understand these distinctions: action, inaction, and unauthorized action. Huh? Unauthorized action, that is forbidden action. One has to apply oneself to such analysis of action, reaction, and forwarded actions, because it is very difficult subject matter. It is very difficult subject matter. One has to learn perfectly. One who has learned perfectly knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of Lord, and that consequently one has to act in Krishna consciousness. So, forbidden action is vikarma. So these three things come now: karma, vikarma, and akarma. So karma is just like we have to act. Whatever, like we cannot even sustain our human body without work. So that karma, that action, karma will give either, I mean, karma in the sense it will give us some result, pious result, suppose. So mostly karma here is mentioned as the activities which are prescribed in the Veda, like Vedic principles. Like Brahmanas have some certain karma, Kshatriya has, okay, Vaishya and so on. So we have to follow that, and then we'll get some react, we'll some get result. And that way we advance. But we can't get rid of, I mean, we can't get off this action reaction shrinkla, I mean, the cycle, by performing our Vedic principle of, because that Veda means Tattva Rajatama. So whatever activities we do, we get reaction. So again, we have to take body. So even though we do a ritualistic activities according to Vedas, according to religion, still we have to take body. Even to enjoy punya. Second is akarma. Vikarma. Vikarma is those activities, forbidden activities, which are not sanctioned in the Veda. If those we do, then we'll get sinful reaction, vikarma. And sinful reaction we have to suffer. For that also, again, we have to take body. So there is a in between, there is only one way we can get rid of both punya and papa by doing akarma. What is that akarma? कर्मण्य कर्म यह पश्येद अकर्मणि च कर्म यह सबुद्धिमान मनुष्येषु सयुक्त कृष्ण अकर्मकृत कृष्ण कर्मकृत basically. So here one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position although engaged in all sorts of activity. That means one who sees inaction in action. So one who is actually Arjuna is killing so many soldiers. Maximum amount of people, soldiers from the opposite party have been killed by Arjuna and then remaining by Bhima, then others. So it's action. But because he is doing it on the order, sort of, Krishna says, I have already killed them. So there is action, but there is inaction. One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction. So Krishna can see that now sort of Arjuna, before the uh, battle, now just now Krishna is giving knowledge to Arjuna because he doesn't want to do action. Doesn't want to act. Inaction. But that is an action. Sinful action. Because he has taken a Kshatriya role. He is enjoying the 1/6 the revenues of entire kingdom. He's supposed to, Kshatriya means Shat Trayate iti Kshatriya. So he has to protect others. Again, so his inaction is also an action, which he has to pay back the sinful right. So the one who sees that is intelligent. And although engaged in all sorts of activities, he is in the transcendental position. So now, that's what, there is always a distinction. Some people say, oh, you people, you are saying harekrishna, but you are also making money, businessmen. One person who works from 6 to 11 on money, and devotee also support them. But there is a difference. One who is working and earning money only for himself, for his PD. 7-10 PD के लिए मैं जमा करना. And other knows that, oh, I am doing it because I have a certain mentality or a psychophysical. My nature is there. I have to work, but I am doing it for satisfaction of Krishna. Because I can't just sit and inactive. So by even acting, he is not getting entangled because of his selfish motive is not there. So that is very important. So this akarma is there, is without reaction to work. Akarma is without reaction to work. So those people who are just like Krishna is saying, you are a Kshatriya, you are fearful of sinful reaction by killing, but you are doing this action on my order. So it is like akarma. There will be no reaction to your work. So that's our work should be authorized by Prabhupada, first previous verse mentioned, by authority. What you are doing. Then you can, otherwise we may say, oh, I am doing, whatever I am doing is in a karma. No. So impersonalists, they give up fruity activities because of fear that, oh, I will get a resultant reaction. But actually, that inaction becomes cause of their fall down. That Krishna says that ye anni arvindaksha vimukta maninas tvayashta bhavat avishuddha buddhi aruhya kritsrena param padam tatah patanti adho anadeta yushpanam. So because they give up sansar, sort of, we'll go to Himalaya. We will not act, and they themselves think that we are now liberated, right? Avishuddha buddhaya, right? Mental speculation. And actually they attained impersonal Brahman. But because it is not authorized in the sense that the nature of soul is here to be active. He can't remain Brahmasmi and Shant. No, he has to either in Maya or either in serving Krishna. Nothing else. Only two things. Either he'll serve Maya or Krishna. So these people, so because they have not authorized their activity, so patanti ado another. Again they come back and do social activity. Hospitals. You can sit in the ark like that, and like facing me. So that, okay. So that's why their inaction also becomes action. They get reaction. Again they come back, they take birth. But devotees, so the impulsiveness may give up the locality, metropolitan cities, and go to Himalaya, Nirjanas. But they again come back. They will have to come back. And devotee may apparently live in a metropolitan city, but and act as a materialist, sort of. But because their actions are authorized, in the sense they are doing it for Krishna's pleasure, on the order of authorized spiritual master, they don't get reacted because there is no selfish motive. So these are karma, vikarma, and akarma. Vikarma and akarma will bring us back to either enjoy or suffer. So, yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjita ज्ञानाग्नि दग्ध कर्माणम तमाहु पंडितम बुधा. So Prabhupada writes, those who are engaged in this way, in this process of Krishna consciousness, for them, yasya sarve samarambha, before starting any endeavor, they have given up the desire for sense getting. Actually, somebody will start his organization or whatever activities based on how much I will get. Right? Arambha, you will open, suppose, a boutique, or some coffee shop, whatever. For what? How much profit I'll get? Why would you do that otherwise? But here, those who are on this path, yes, service samarambha, whatever arambha, they will start doing anything. First, they will give up the desire to enjoy that result. Okay, that is the first prerequisite. Initially, when our anarthas are not gone, we made it. But Krishna says that's fine because you are serving me, so I will purify you. Slowly that desire will also. But generally, when we'll get full knowledge, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhava, okay. I mean, I can't enjoy separately. My enjoyment lies on how Krishna is enjoying. If he enjoys, then I'll enjoy. So that perfect knowledge makes every endeavor in such a way that we give up the desire of sense. He is said by the sages to be worker from whom the reactions of work have been burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge. So that the perfect knowledge is there. It acts like a full fire, blazing fire, which burns up what? The reactions of whatever work we do. Because work means reaction. But we have akarma, that a is very powerful. Akarma in the sense, for Krishna's pleasure, not for me. That knowledge is like a fire, perfect knowledge. It will even that will burn up all the reactions. That's why we have seen that outsiders cannot see that because they have materialistic lenses, eyes. But those who have jnana chakshu, he will say, no, 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 they are not same. Just like a one very wealthy person is there and his son runs away from him and he lives in the street. And already there are so many people, kids on the streets. They are like orphans, right? So you may say, oh, he's also orphan. New orphan has come. No, you cannot equate these orphans because the father, rich father's home is always open for that a rich man's son, right? And he's always seeing what are his activities because he's now not happy with him. So, but eventually he will take him up. But no, it's not with the other orphans because they don't know what their origin is. I mean, in the sense where their father is. Understand? So those who know that, oh, no, he is not actually orphan, his father lives there. So no, the person who has knowledge, he will not sort of equate them. But others will say, "Arey, dono road pe reh rahe." They are orphans. Like that, the one who knows, will understand, no, 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 no. Whatever he is doing. So Gandhari saw, right? Krishna has done partiality. Pandavas have killed my sons with partiality, in the sense with adharma activity. I mean, in the sense adharmic way. But that was materialistic activity. All with full knowledge. They said that was already been told by Krishna. Stop the war, otherwise they will be killed because they are adharmic. So Vidura and everybody, they know. Vyasa told to Dhritarashtra, stop it. He said, no, no, that will happen. Our Kula will be destroyed. So for with the a person with the knowledge can see perfection. So development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship of the Lord is compared to fire. So that is why Sambandha Gyan. First we established our Sambandha, relationship with the Lord, with Radha Madan Mohan. That is like a fire and it can burn all kinds of reactions of fire. Because I am servant of Krishna. Originally we see, even when we came to Krishna consciousness, if somebody says you are Das, Das, I'm servant. Servant word. Now you remember those days where servant? Servant means that you are mere ghar ka servant. Servant is not like the aristocratic word. I mean, you can keep, okay, I am servant. You know? But when we actually understand and live by, then that will burn the reaction. त्यक्त्वा कर्म फला संगम नित्य तृप्तो निराश्रया कर्मण्यभि अप्रवृत्तोपि नैव किंचित करोति. So such a person who has given up the sense of proprietorship and given up the desire for sense gratification, abandoning all attachments to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive actions. He is acting but not fruitive action. Although engaged in all kinds of undertaking, all kinds of activity, but there is no fruitive action because he is satisfied. He knows who he is and why he is doing. The most difficult part in this, what is the most difficult part in this particular like circle, what we are discussing, to give up in action. What is the most difficult part to give up? Hmm? When we act, we get result, we get reaction, right? Still we act. So what is the part? Why we desire of what? So what is that? So desire, how much is the desire? How much is desire? Like measurement, right? I mean, there is a magnet and the iron. So how much is the desire? That is attachment to the desire. So attached to the results. अभी तक आया क्यों नहीं? Some person may come second in the standard, I mean, in school. Say, how can I do this? I should be first. That is attachment. Understand? How can I come second? I have to be first. Any activity, you just like get attached to the results. That creates anxiety. So one who is he says I came fifth. He may be having a lavish party. Because and somebody who came second, he might commit suicide also. Because attached to the results. How can I be happy with this person? It's just a perception, quality of attachment. I mean, the degree of attachment we have with the result, we suffer that much. So that is what Krishna is inspiring Arjuna. Just do it. I have already killed them. You take the credit, and I mean, you are fearful of sinful reaction. You won't get sinful reaction because I have created this system. Follow and you give up that system. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. You just because you have now my friend come to the Shuddha Sattva. Just do it. What I am saying. So what Krishna is saying, just do your duty to the best of your ability, and leave everything to me. But right, he person leaves everything to Krishna, but he acts 100%. So difference between materialist and devotees, they also put 100%, but they are 100% attached to results. Krishna is saying you put 100% in your action, but leave everything on me. Don't be attached on results. That is what you have. Because the moment you become attached, reaction. Because that means you are showing me that you come into the Chaturvarna in the sense attachment to something material. You show act on my behalf. If you are not attached, but your family members are attached to the religion. So please them. And for example, the husband is not attached, but the wife is expecting, him to get the money. So that's intelligently we have to act, fulfill their desire. But internally, see, attachment is internal. You can't, so show them that I am attached, but you are unattached. You act in such a way, so it's simple. You say, oh, everything, Krishna does everything. But you have to act as if everything depends on me. Take a responsibility of anything which you do as if everything depends on me. I am responsible. But actually, from within, I can do it. Nothing is in my hand, anything can happen. Do not tell them. Yes. You act as if I am doing everything. Intelligent. Now, when the family members become spiritual. That's a separate topic, Baba. That we have to put so many efforts, depending on how much, I mean, what kind of. Like a journey. First of all, what you have to do, Janma Sarthaka. You put more effort on your giving up your attachments, and then think about others. Just like when you go in flight, what happens? Wherever there is a low pressure, then oxygen mask will come down. First, you have to put on yourself, then you give it to kids and dependents. It's very important. If you try to give them You may not be able to give it to them, and you also may lose your breath. Janma sarthaka. Then you do that. Are you getting me? You can't say, we'll go together. There was an accident in some place where the river was there, but empty bed. But when in the rainy season, what they do, when they know that the dam goes overflow, then dam overflows, they have to open the gates, and they saw, the one family, say two girls, two boys, and one father, five of them. They half crossed the river, and they saw the water is coming. So three came and two were about to come. So they waited, and the water was to their knee level. They could have crossed easily, these three people. They said, no, no, we'll go together. By that time they came, the other two came. The water was like till their neck. So they, now not their neck, but still it was very difficult for them to move alone. So they hugged each other. I mean, they clamped their hands to each other and just tried to move. What happened? One person slipped, and all of them went, and they fell down. Somehow, the three-person were saved with the broken hand and leg, but two no. The point what I'm making is simple. First of all, you get your convictions very strong. Otherwise, they will not listen to you. जैसा तू क्या बोल रहा है, तू तो खाता है बाहर का और बोलता है प्रसाद खा लो. Are you getting me? When you become strict, I only eat prasadam offered to Krishna, and then show by example, then you can say, whoever is, we should not eat. And then that word becomes some loaded, the heavy potential to change their conviction. So, Janma Sarthak Kari, then it will happen. Okay? And first of all, it is advised by authority, and authority means Acharya says, Ghar ko, you cannot teach to your parents. Don't do that, let others do that. You do it because parents say, "Tum begum sikhata hai." They will never listen. They will listen to somebody who is younger than you, right? But not you, because they say like, that's because of क्या बोलते हो अति परिचयात अवज्ञा, like that. अति परिचय ना. So just do your duty, Hare Krishna, and pray. Hello Krishna, let them have a good counsel from someone and arrange it, right? So naiva kinchit karoti sir. Karmanya bhi abhi pravruttoti. Whatever he may be doing so many things, actually is doing nothing. No doubt. Nirashir yata chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvan apnoti kilvisam. Such a man of understanding acts with a mind and intelligence perfectly controlled. Generally, our mind and intellect goes here and there. Everybody is asking for money. Expanding their money. Why not that? Well, whatever it may be. The control of mind and intelligence and gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possession. So everything I possess is actually I'm a caretaker. I am a caretaker. So I have to be responsible. But I can't get, I own everything. No. And acts only for the bare necessities of life. Those who, Prabhupada writes that, in the Gandhi movement, Gandhiji said that, give up your foreign clothes, British clothes, burn them up. So everybody came and they burned their clothes and used khadi and have a simple life. So Prabhupada said that there was one very aristocratic person who had a lavish lifestyle. So he also followed that, but he could not tolerate that. He could not, live like that. He actually committed suicide. He said, I can't live like that. I need all arrangement, like we can say washing machine or AC or soft everything. So he actually gave it up, but he said, I can't do it. Now I cannot go back. So he could not tolerate. So are you getting me? So if you are attached to something which we may not have, then it's very difficult for some people to live. So bare necessities, we should be attached to bare necessities. Attached in the sense, be happy, simple life, simple living, high thinking in the sense, spend more time on how to get out of this rather than, oh, उसके बदले में पैसा होगा. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reaction. So sinful reaction comes by proprietorship basically, and when proprietorship means what? I am the owner, and so I have to enjoy. I will enjoy. That gives you reaction, gives us reaction, sense reaction. Because nothing belongs to us. Again, we can't claim ownership on anything, and still we enjoy. So it is like punishable. So Krishna conscious person does not expect good or bad result in his activity. He doesn't have to. So Krishna is saying just act. And don't, karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma means don't think about the reaction. Ma karma phala heturbhur mate sangostu akarmani. Don't think that you are the cause of the result of your action. No. Why people want to enjoy their result of their work? They think, I have done it. Maine kiya. Krishna says, no, you are not the cause of, you are the one cause. There are more four causes. And one more, the biggest cause is me in that board. Later we'll see that. You are just one part of that karma, that reaction, the result, and very minute. So, and don't think that, okay, then what is the use? I do and I can't enjoy, let me not do anything. No, you have to do, you have to act. Akarmani bhi nahi kar sakte. Don't give up for God. So, karmaneva adhikaraste, you have to work. Don't get attached to the result. You are not uh, uh, the proprietor of the results, and you can't give it up also. You have that. Very important. Thus working, you are not uh, affected by sinful desires. For that, our mind and intelligence has to be fully controlled. Because mind and intellect have the deposit of so many previous activities, previous uh, examples, previous lives, and this in this life many times many activities we have done. So they pop up. Then we act. Ultimately, we have to come to that stage where I am the servant of Krishna. And I have to act like a servant. Krishna Prabhupada writes very heavy. Two things he writes that Krishna conscious person should think himself as a part of a machine, not a machine. As a machine part requires oiling and cleaning up for maintenance. So Krishna conscious person man maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in transcendental living service of God. So don't think that you are a machine, you are a machine part. Hmm? Whatever is needed, do that. And if he acts, then he stays with the machine and gets the full. Second is, he is like an animal. He has no proprietorship even over his own body. So Krishna conscious person fully engaged in self-realization has very little time to falsely possess any material object. Like that. By doing that, he is free from all reactions to his action. So independence gives us reaction, independent action. If we are dependent on Krishna, then whatever we do, we are free from reaction. Just like a postman, if he goes and while giving, he goes give somebody 1 lakh of rupees, somebody noticed that, oh, your property is we are trying, we are taking back your property, or it is sealed, something like that. So we is making somebody happy, somebody annoyed, but he is protected because he is just doing as being told, like that. Or a soldier is acting just like Arjuna is doing. So that is the freedom. यदृच्छा लाभ संतुष्टो द्वंद्वातीतो विमत्सरः समसिद्धाव असिद्धो च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते. He who is satisfied with gain which comes of his own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy. So there are the qualities where of devotee where he thinks what अपने आप आ रहा है यदृच्छा लाभ संतुष्टो. He is free from duality. Duality in the sense, so there are so many duality like happiness, distress, you know, matras, purchase, like that. His dualities he is not worried about. And he does not envy. So first envy we had with Krishna, then now we had with everybody. If we give up that envy, then we will become steady in both success and failure. Envy comes when somebody becomes successful more than us, or we fail. Envy comes, right? We give up envy, the whole world becomes successful. We become happy. Oh, very nice. Again, in such consciousness, we will never get entangled, although performing action. You can think of so many examples from the society where how just a small person who is in the system, just following, is safe. And one who breaks the system, however powerful he is caught in the net. Again, he is accountable. You know, what? अरे ये क्या हुआ उसका क्या? So just become uh, slowly we should actually reduce our uh, dependence on external, in the sense material activity. Now we should reduce our lavishness. Our lavishness क्या बोल सकते हैं? What you can say? Our comforts, luxuries. Wants we can't. Sorry, needs we have to fulfill. We have to reduce our wants. Again, food, shelter, clothes, we want. These are our needs. But I want, क्या बोलते हैं, कपड़ा कौन सा अच्छा है अभी? हाँ नहीं रे, ब्रांडेड वही चाहिए ना तो पहनेंगे. That is want हो गया, isn't it? So whatever it comes, again. So that will give us more freedom to think about Krishna. Otherwise, the entire energy will go into something temporary, which will keep changing. लेकिन अभी एप्पल है, वो आएगा, दूसरा फोन है, तो एप्पल ही चाहिए, है ना. सम पीपल एक्चुअली सब ब्लैकमेल करते अपने फादर को, मैं ये करेगा. दैट इज वो पैम्पर की कर रखा है. लेकिन पैम्पर चाइल्ड एक्ट लाइक दैट. So reduce that. So that will bring us shanti, freedom, and happiness. So why we are asking we should be not affected by duality? Because Krishna consciousness activity is in the material world only. Okay? We have that. And material world means duality. So we will not hesitate, whatever situation is. We will just do our work. Okay? Point is, if we are the degree we are attached to, or happiness is only no degree, then when there is no happiness, you won't be able to do your bhakti in a devotional practice. Again, oh, I will chant only when I am perfectly all right. It will never happen. Sometimes you will have cramp, sardi, whatever, but you have to do your prescribed 16 rounds or something. So it will help us to get more have a more conviction in any part of any situation. So duality will be there. So we can't remove duality. So what we have to do is give up your attachment to the duality. यही होगा तो करेंगे ना. I have to do it, whatever situation is, because it is for my advantage, my betterment, my progress, spiritual, like that. So Prabhupada writes, these signs are visible when one is fully in transcendental knowledge. All this what we are describing, fully in Krishna consciousness. One who understands full transcendental knowledge, then he understands. So is one approach is from we go from our standard to Krishna, like who we are and then who Krishna is. Or second is understand who Krishna is and how low we are. So we have to understand that there is a big gap of master and servant. That we have to understand. This knowledge will actually automatically will make us act in such a way, not affected by duality. Whatever comes, I am happy, right? I don't envy. Again. So that's why the scriptures are given. Thoughts like Om Agyanati Mirandhasya. It's like pitch dark atmosphere. Jnananjana Shalakaya. So the Guru is bringing the thoughts of knowledge. Chakshurun Militam means so that I can see with that knowledge what is what. Gata Sangasya Muktasya Jnanavastita Chetasa Yajnaya Karma Samagram Praviliyate. The work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendental. So even though he is now bound, he is like a prisoner who is already been released. Okay, after 10 days you are going to be released. But still 10 days you have to live. So just imagine. So whatever he does is like he's free only to stamp ho gaya. Similarly, one who is in the modes but unattached and who has complete transcendental knowledge, he is the work of such a man is actually transcendence. He is as good as living in the spiritual world. He will not get bound. Again, why? Why? He is still into the material, three modes again, acting, but still why his action, work is a transcendence? All these qualities, so that means he is acting as if he is in the Golok Vrindavan, where the people act in this way. They don't have envy, they don't have attachment, they don't have duality. Are you getting me? Because he has fulfilled the requirement of spiritual world, activities of spiritual world. That's why he's been released. Now his work is as good as his in transfer. So Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj was waiting Kalam Pratiksham. He was perfectly Namani Anantasya. And what death, I mean, sorry, the plane came, Vaikuntha plane. So he stepped into the plane, whom he made a step, Mrutyu. You need step, na? So Mrutyu means he stepped on him, that means he gave up the body. And so he was Kalam Pratikshan. So that means we are already in that state. Udar right? Hatat Tarpa Pathan. So his qualities are given. How he was. Namani Anantasya Hatat Tarpa Pathan. Bhujani Bhadrani. Hmm. Sorry, this is Narad Muni. What is Narad Muni? In his life, he 5 years he was with his mother. Then he went to where? Himalayas. And then later he was 16. Namani Anantasya Hatat Patan Guhyani Bhadrani Kritani Chaswaran Gam Paryatam Tushta Mana Gataspruha Kalam Pratiksham Vimudo Vimatsara. All these qualities he has. First Namani Anantasya Hatat Patan. He was being freed from the formalities of the material world. He stopped identifying himself from the world. मैं बिहारी हूँ, मैं मद्रास, जो भी, what I'm getting me, or I am from this. He was constantly immersed in the chanting holy names of Lord. Guhyani Bhadrani, Kritani Chasparan. His activities were all beneficiary and mysterious for him and others, those who are perceiving or seeing. He was constantly remembering Krishna. And Gam Paryatan, he was moving from on the earth, Tushta Manaha, without any material desire. He was so satisfied in the heart. Tushta Mana Gata Spruha, completely freed from all material desire. Satisfaction, no material desire. Kalam Pratiksham Vimadaha, without any pride. No proprietorship. Proprietorship means pride. And Vimatsara, without envy. No pride, no envy, no duality. Tushtamana, no. Those are the qualities of spiritual, personality. So automatically, what will happen? Still, whether he is here or there, his activities are transcendental. So, Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir Brahmagno Brahmana Hudam Brahmeva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to the spiritual activity, in which the consumption is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. That is absolute. So just like yajna is there, offered, what is offering is also absolute, and the consumer is also absolute, right? Consumption is also absolute, and which is offered is also. So entirely, he sees Krishna everywhere. So there is no external or internal potential for him. For him, it's all Krishna's potential. So Maya is there, and for those, basically, those who cannot see Krishna. Jaha Krishna, taha nahi Maya radhika. So those who can see Krishna in material world, for them, there is no Maya. Again. But those who can't see Krishna in spiritual world, for them, their Maya is there. In the sense? So even in material world is somebody who understood the Krishna consciousness. I mean, Janma Karma. Then for him, there is no Maya. So it is entire activity is Krishna consciousness. transcendence. Daivam eva pare yajnam yoginah paryupasate brahmagna vapare yajnam yajne naiva upajojyati. Now, there are different kinds of processes uh, of purification is given. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some offer sacrifices in the fire of supreme Brahman. So there are, we have seen the atheists, they don't follow anything, but some will follow Iha Devata, some will offer, some will follow some superior demigods, isn't it? They will offer something to them. But some Gyanis, they will offer everything to, they will want Brahman, supreme Brahman, right? So Karmis, and then Upasaka, आराधना करने वाले विविध उपासक, and then Gyanis. So because it is a sacrifice, when the demigod worship is also happened, what is there? Vishnu is there. First Vishnu. Anything is main where sacrifice comes, it has to it has to be connected with Vishnu. Yajna means Vishnu. Okay? That is Supreme Lord. So like that, these two are trying to get connected with Krishna. Some indirectly, some to the lower stage. Then some are Shrotradini Indriyanyanye Sanyamagnishu Jujyati Shabdadin Vishayani Anya Indriyagnishu Jujyati. Some unadulterated brahmacharis sacrifice the hearing process and the senses in the fire of mental control. So to control the mind, what they do? They apply senses and hearing process, basically. That is their sacrifice. Sacrifice means you have to offer to Krishna, Vishnu. That's it. Somehow control, be Krishnaized, basically. And others, the regulated householders, sacrifice the objects of the senses in the fire of the senses. So they may act, they may act. But Krishna says, Kama aviruddho bhuteshu kya? Kama aviruddho, I am that Kama which is authorized. Vivaya. What is that? Okay. Kama viruddho. Where is that? Kamosmi Bharata. 11. Kamosmi. अरे क्या 7.11. Yeah, 7.11. बलम बलवताताहम काम राग विवर्जितुम धर्मा अविरुद्ध. So dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bhartasya. So even so that senses Our sense objects are offered in the sense, fire of sense. So that is also a sacrifice. So like that, all are performing their different kinds of sacrifices. Ultimate aim is to reach Krishna. सर्वाणि इंद्रिय कर्माणि प्राण कर्माणि चापरे आत्म संयम में योगाग्नो जुह्यति ज्ञान दीपति. Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and of the life breath as oblations into the fire of the controlled mind. So this is what part of Dhyana Yoga, Patanjali Yoga, where there is the soul is called Pratyagatma and Paragatma. So what is Paragatma and Pratyagatma? As long as soul is attached to sense enjoyment, it is called Paragatma. अरे पराग इधर है. I mean, your name is only Parag. And as soon as the same soul becomes detached from the sense enjoyment, it's called Pratyagata. So Paragatma and Pratyagata. Don't call him now by that. Parakrishna. हाँ? बड़ा है? Two fold, okay. So Patanjali system is, the purifying the soul, by purifying the air within. So they bring the, by yoga system, the ultimate aim is to Pratyagatma, means soul is detached from the sense enjoyment, withdrawn from the activities of matter, and then although the senses are actually engaged in the sense object, all of them are thus engaged outside. I mean, in the sense they are not, the soul is not there. Soul is detached. So there are 5 kinds of air. Prana Vayu, Apana Vayu, Vyana Vayu, Saman Vayu, and Udana Vayu. All has different functions, So Apana Vayu goes upward, Apana Vayu goes downward. Vyana Vayu means it's actually used to shrink and expand. Vyana Vayu. Saman Vayu adjusts equilibrium. Udana Vayu goes upward. And Prana Vayu is actually with which we can do all activities, like eyes can see, ear can hear. Without prana, it's not possible. Otherwise, what happened? People, they are there, but in coma. So whys are not working. So when one is enlightened, one engages all these in searching for self-realization. So they bring up all sort of pranavayu from the Shada Chakra. Then Brahmadana, they move soul. Through pranavayu, the soul is carried. Soul is floating on the air. Prana, the prana vayu. The soul, the yogi brings the soul from with the prana vayu from the Shad Chakra. Shad Chakra means Nabhi, chest, neck, then throat, throat, then what do you call that? Yeah, forehead and the Brahmarandra chakra. From there he bursts and then he goes. But ultimate is to find out self-realization. द्रव्य यज्ञास तपो यज्ञ योग यज्ञास तथा परे स्वाध्याय यज्ञास Swadhyaya yajnasya, Swadhyaya jnana yajnasya, Yataya samshita prata. Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their possessions, and others by performing severe austerities, by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism, or by studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge. So, dana, sacrificing possessions, you know, some follow strict vows, tapasya, again, like the Durvas Muni or हमारे Vishwamitra Muni and all. Others by performing severe austerities. Again. So one is strict vows. Another is severe austerities means by taking himself, oh, I will do this. Then by yoga system, there is Patanjali yoga and all. And some by studying the Vedas. Reading Vedas is also an austerity. Vedas are very vast. I told last time, in Pune there is an institute where I think Atharva Veda, I think. It's 40 years it takes for you to graduate Atharva Veda. So 8-year-old boy comes to that school and he graduates at 48. 40 years he will read only one Veda. I have gone to that school. I mean, not to read. I came the Veda. I wanted to know what they teach. This is 40 years. You have to come at the age of 8. Anyway, so all this they do. So, Prabhupada writes that those who in India there are very rich mercantile community. They do various kinds of charitable activities to institutions like Dharmashala, Annakshetra, Atithi-shala, Anathalaya, Vidyapit. They like Petron, they do yearly donation. And other countries also there are hospitals, old age homes, charitable foundation for food. These are all charitable activities. Dravyamaya Yajna. It's also Yajna. Dravyamaya Yajna. Dravya. There are others who are for higher elevation in life or promotion in higher planets voluntarily accept many kinds of austerities like Chandrayana and Chaturmas. So Chaturmasya comes in this kind of activity. It's also so this process entails the vows conducting life under strict rigid rules. Chaturmasya. Such sacrifices are tapomay jnana, tapomay yajna. We are doing sacrifice of the comforts of life. Like Chaturmas, we give up. Okay, I will give sweet, or I will do extra reading. So many things. This tapomay yajna. But there are still others who will engage themselves in different kind of mystic yoga, Patanjali Hatha Yoga. That is Yoga Yajna. And there are others who engage in studies of different Vedic literatures. That is Swadhyaya Yajna. All these yogis are faithfully engaged in different kinds of sacrifice and seeking higher status of life. 4 kinds of yajnas. Krishna consciousness, however, is different from these because it is direct service to Krishna. Krishna consciousness cannot be attained by any of the above mentioned types of sacrifice, but can be attained only by the mercy of Lord and his bona fide devotee. Therefore, Krishna consciousness means these may help for initially those who are not Krishna conscious, but truly on a sattva level. Okay. But once you come and Krishna consciousness, he has to directly do service to Krishna. Apane juhiti pranam prane panam tatha pare pranapan gati rudva pranayama parayana, apare niyatahara pranan praneshu jiviti. Still others who are inclined to the process of breath restraint to remain in trance, practice by offering the movement of outgoing breath into incoming and incoming breath into outgoing, and thus at last remain in trance, stopping all the breathing. Others, curtailing the eating process, offer the outgoing breath into the itself into the sacrifice. So there are the Rechaka and Kumbhaka yoga. We will not go deep. We are not supposed to do that. सर्वे पेते यज्ञ विदो यज्ञ क्षपित कल्मषा यज्ञ शिष्टा मृत भुजो yanti brahma sanatana. Because it is a sacrifice. So all these performers who know the meaning of sacrifice become cleansed of sinful reactions. And having tasted the nectar of the results of sacrifice, they advance toward the supreme eternal atmosphere. So, everybody has to do sacrifice. Because sacrifice actually brings us to the level of human life. Unless until one is situated in the platform of sense gratification, there is no chance of being elevated to eternal platform of full knowledge, full bliss and full life. We have to sacrifice. What type of sacrifice we do, that differs. Directly if we come to Krishna consciousness, that is fine. That is best. Nayam lokosti ayagyasya kuto anya kuru sattam. O best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then of the next? Sacrifice is needed. Otherwise, there is no happiness. Like that. So, Prabhupada writes, uh, yeah, Prabhupada writes about the marriage. I mean, it's required is a sacrifice. Those who wants to have a regulatory sense gratification, they can have a secret marriage, and by performing this, uh, like that. The life of Krishna consciousness is therefore the solution of to all the problems of material existence. So the process is just like we have said, step wise we go, and there is elevator. So sacrifice we have to do. Evam bahuvida yajna vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidhitan sarvan evam yatma vimukshati. All these different types of sacrifice are approved by the Vedas. And all of them are born of different types of birth. Knowing them as such, you will become liberated. So we cannot actually demine any stage. We just have to inspire someone to come up. All are actually approved by Vedas. So the sacrifices are so arranged that one can work either with the body, mind, and intelligence based on their deeply absorbed bodily conception. Everybody is differently uh, conditioned. Again, so somebody likes the what do you call that AC, somebody doesn't like. That's why it is a conditioning. So that's why we have different types of body, the concept. That's why there are different kinds of sacrifices mentioned. Some with the body, some with the mind, some with intelligence. So if somebody who can give donations, if is all none of us, Shastra study, तुम करो मैं तुमको donation देता हूँ. And somebody who can read Vedas will know. Are you getting me? So body, mind. So different concept of life. There are different sacrifices. They're recommended, but all of them are recommended for ultimately bringing about liberation from the body. So this is confirmed by the Lord herein with his own mouth. Approved. Shreyan dravya mayad yajnat jnana yajna parantapah sarvam karma akhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. O chastiser of the enemy, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than the mere sacrifice of material possession. Somebody who doesn't know what he is doing, it will not benefit him. But if he knows what he is doing, in knowledge, sacrifice performed in the knowledge, that is beneficial for him. After all, O son of Rutha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. So sacrifice is like cleaning ourselves so that we can understand transcendental. So sacrifice cleans up our material consciousness. So unwanted things is gone, space empty, then we can understand transcendental knowledge. Without sacrifice, you cannot put in transcendental knowledge into that. That's why Krishna says, oh, he says, but directly work for me. There's no follow regular principle. No, send, I mean, work for me. I can't work for you. Then work for somebody else and do some charity. Because by doing charity, you will gain a knowledge. Don't hold it for yourself. In 8th chapter, further he will say that there are 4 ways. Right? So lowest he says, okay. He says, I cannot give for Krishna. Okay, don't give it for money to Krishna. Give it to some needy person, hospital or some orphanage. Give. So that sacrifice. So your material concept will go, then knowledge will go. Oh, why I am doing it? What is higher? If you don't give, then there is no, that is not a sacrifice with the knowledge. You won't get benefit. You know that, oh, I'm like Annamay, Pranamay, Jnanamay, Vijnanamay. These are the koshas. So we should understand that, oh, I need food. Others also need food. So if other doesn't get, that means they must be feeling same pain which I feel. So I should give it. So that is a sacrifice. Knowledge. In knowledge. That's. But best is tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashtena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnanena tattva darshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. We will see this verse next time. It is 8:30.